In this video lecture, we are going to learn about aggregate functions in SQL or PostgreSQL. Now, aggregate functions are the functions which takes multiple input and return a single output. Right? This is the main idea behind the aggregate functions. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the most common aggregate functions. Right? There are many aggregate functions, but we are going to learn the basic ones which are required. So now the first one is average function. It is used to average the given data, and it is always in floating point, right? It gives the output in floating point. Now the second is count function. We have already studied count function many times, right? It is used to count the number of rows in an applied query. And the third one is sum. It is used to sum all the numerical value in an entire row. Now other set of aggregate function is max. Right, it is used to find maximum value present in a row or a column, right, for that matter. And minimum is similar to max. It is used to find minimum numerical value present in the row or column, right? Now, round average function is a typical average function which is used to round the average value, right? It is used upon the average function. Now, when the average function gives an answer which is in floating point, to round it, round function is used. Now let's head to pgadmin and try all of these queries one by one. Right? Now the first one is average function. Now let's select table for that matter. Select all from fill. Run this query. Okay. Yes. Now let's select any table, and to showcase the average function, let's select the replacement cost. Now applying average function on the replacement cost column will actually calculate the average of the whole column, and it will display in the output. Right? Let's see. Okay. Now, the answer is in floating point, right? Now, the answer is in floating point, and we do not want to see all of these zeros, right? We want to round it. So let's round it. So now the round function comes into play. So how to write a round function, right? The syntax of writing a round function is round, right? Now average function is written inside it. Average function, and to how many decimal you want to round is written after a comma, right? Let's say we want to round the output for two decimals, right? So we'll write 2 here. Now let's apply query. Select round, average, replacement cost from fill. Now this is how we use the average, round function, right? It rounds up the average value. Rounds up the average value. So this is how the average function and round functions are used. Now let's cut to count function, right? Now we already are familiar with count function, right? So I will go ahead and write the count function as it is, as it actually just counts the number of rows present in a column. So let's see from fill. So now the fill column has 1000 rows which it has counted. So this is the basic function of count function, nothing special in it. And now let's write max function, right? Max and min function. So let's select a column. Okay, let's go ahead with rental rate. All right. Now, if we want to know the maximum rental rate and from the rental rate column, so we will apply the max function, right? max rental rate, right? So it will show us the maximum rental rate available. So now the maximum rental rate available is 4.99. So this is the max function, and if we want to show or gain information about the minimum rental rate, so we just have to apply min, right? It will give us the minimum rental rate. Now the minimum rental rate is 0.99. And there's one more query which is known as sum function, not query, it is a function, sum function, right? Now the sum function is used to sum all the numerical values or present in an entire column, right? This is a mathematical function. So let's sum all the values present in rental rate. Let's see the output. Now the output is 2980.00. So this is the function of all the aggregate functions, all the basic aggregate functions which are required. And the aggregate functions call only happen in select clause and having clause. We will study having clause later. So this is all of it which are required to learn basic aggregate function. So this is it from my side. Thank you for watching.